Right, welcome to Chair Yoga, and today's class we're going to work on de-stressing, letting go of tension, because one of the most important aspects of learning the art of tension release is it reminds us that a significant portion of our tension is within our control. There's some of it that's not. There's certain experiences in life that add pressure to our existence that we don't have control in. However, a lot of our tension arises from us agitating our own tension, amplifying it, making it bigger than it needs to be. And that's usually when our health and well-being starts to erode. So reminding ourselves that we do have some control over some of our tension is always a great thing to do. And a lot of our yoga comes back to the fact that at the end of a yoga session you often feel a little more relaxed, a little less tense. In yoga, the most powerful form of de-stressing comes through the way we breathe. So the way we breathe changes when we're under stress. So when we change the way we breathe, our stress levels change. So come into a good posture here at the edge of your chair, where your feet are flat on the floor, shoulders rolled back and down, palms face up. Relax the shoulders. And to begin to consciously breathe in through the nose. So you may already be breathing in through the nose, but make it conscious. Give it a little more awareness. I am breathing through the nose. Now, if for some reason your nose is blocked today and you have to breathe in through the mouth, breathe in very, very slowly so as not to dry out the throat too quickly. And as you slow the breathing down, let each new breath become a little longer. And notice as the breath lengthens, is it possible to deepen your breathing without straining? So straining the breath adds tension, which is not what we want. But we want to breathe fully without straining. And the contrast between the inhale and the exhale is important to de-stress. When we're de-stressing, we want the exhale to be longer than the inhale. So we're going to do a little count here, where I'll be counting inhale, exhale, and see if you can breathe as closely to the rhythm I create in your own time. If my rhythm is something that doesn't work for you, you can change the rhythm. So inhale, inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. In, out, 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 out. In, out, 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 out. And as you continue with that rhythm, 2 or 3 counts in and 4 or 5 counts out, to help with the out breath, start to create a muscular movement with the diaphragm. As you exhale, start to pull the navel back in towards the ribs, the spine. Make up a suction with the belly. Concave the belly, pulling back the muscles. And then as you breathe in, simply let the belly relax. Almost like you've created a bellows. Exhale, squeezing the bellows, air comes out of the nose. Pull back through the belly, empty completely. And then relax to inhale, and let the inhale pull the air in through the nose naturally. And notice as you do this with this muscular contraction of the abdominals, pulling the belly button back, and then relaxing the belly, that your body starts to sway a little bit forwards and backwards. You feel the spine moving, particularly the lumbar spine, the low spine. So that as you inhale, the belly expands, the back arches. It feels like your body comes forward. And as you pull the navel back and tuck the tailbone and squeeze empty, 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 there's a slight rounding in the lower back. It's like the body wants to go backwards. And you'll notice that this is the first movement of cat and cow. So think of all the times you've done cat and cow in yoga. As you squeeze and round, pull the navel back in, and then you relax, the belly expands, the shoulders come back, the chest flowers open. So start to exaggerate the spinal movement so you start to feel the spine as part of the breathing. Start to let the head become involved so that as you breathe out, as you pull the navel in, the chin starts to drop towards the chest. You feel the neck be involved with the breathing process. As you relax and the belly expands, you keep breathing in, shoulders come back, keep breathing in, head lifts, keep breathing in. Exhale, pull the navel in, round the back, drop the chin. Relax the belly, belly expands, keep breathing in, ribs expand. Keep breathing in, collarbones lift, chin lifts. Now start to let the hands move. So as you exhale, the hands slide forward to the knees, and you grip your knees and you really stretch out the low back. And then as you inhale, the hands come back, chest opens up, lift the chin, elbows all the way back, and you squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, slide the hands forward, grip the knees, pull the navel back, empty, 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 drop the chin, stretch the back. Inhale, slide the hands back, belly relaxes, chest opens, lift the chin, squeeze the shoulder blades. And just moving now the body forwards and backwards with each breath. And the arms are going to become more involved in the process. The next time you inhale and come back, let the hands reach back and grab the back of the chair. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the shoulder blades. Hold the breath in for a moment. And then exhale, release the hands. Bring the hands out to the side. And imagine you're wrapping your hands around a big tree. Drop the chin to the chest. Hold the breath out for a count of 1, 2. Inhale, let the hands float back, grab the back of the chair. Belly expands, ribs expand, chin lifts, squeeze the shoulder blades, hold the breath for a count of 1, 2. And then exhale, hug your tree, pull the navel back, drop the head, hold out for a count of 1, 2. So now we're adding a new dimension to the breath with a little bit of breath retention in when you come back into your back bend. And as you hug the tree and round the back and stretch the back, hold the breath out for a count of 1, 2. So the breath is even slowing down more because we're adding breath retention in and out. And we start to discover in yoga, not only does the breathing change our level of stress, but so too do the stretches, the movements. The next time you hug your tree, pause and relax. Widen the feet. We're going to start to open the hips a little bit by bringing the hands next to the knees on the inner thighs. Exhale, lean to the right and push the left thigh away. Just a gentle stretch. Inhale, come up slowly. Exhale, we're going to lean to the other side and push that thigh out gently, not too fast. Inhale, come up. So we're keeping that slow breath going. Leaning from one side, pushing the opposite side as you exhale. Inhale, come up. Moving at your own pace. What you might find is over time, you start to dip a little lower and you push the thigh open a little more. So be sensitive with the breath and the sensations you feel. Starting to feel the low back, letting go here. And you might discover your own variation where I haven't guided you there, and you might find, oh, this feels really good. I might play with that. So let your own feeling sense guide you into your own variation of what we're doing here. The next time you come up, pause. Keep the legs out wide with the feet rotated outwards. And prepare for forward bend. Grab a block if you have a block. And if you don't have a block, that's fine. You can always bring it down to a cushion. But we'll start with our elbows on the knees. Block or cushion underneath your chest. My block is on the highest setting. Transfer the weight from your elbows to your hands, hands on the floor or the block. And we're simply going to bend the elbows and let the weight come forward on the exhale. And on the inhale, straighten the arms, lifting the body up. Exhale, bending, leaning the weight forward. Inhale, straightening the arms, almost like you're doing a little push-up here. But each time you relax the elbows, the back stretches out. Head relaxes. And as you straighten, you come back up. The next time you come up, bring the elbows to the thighs, walk the hands back, and notice the impact on the low back. Twisting, rotating. Rotations and twists have a profound effect on the nervous system. So in terms of letting go of tension, when we start to turn the body into twists, the nervous system will shift into a state of equilibrium. So it will let go of tension in a very unique way. Start with the left hand on the knee and lift the right hand to the sky and look up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, twist to the other side, lifting left, looking up. Take a few breaths up here. Exhale down. Continue from side to side, inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you float down. So never forgetting the breath. And noticing how the breathing feels different in a twist. Different muscles. Now, if you're finding these twists easy, the next level would be to bring your hand down to the block as you twist. So the hand becomes a little more central and the twist becomes a little deeper. And for those who want to go a little deeper, you could always move the block and bring the hand all the way to the floor. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then come to stillness. Bring the feet back to central. Palms face up. And come back to your 2-3 breathing or 3-4 breathing. In, out, 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 out. In, out, 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 out. Just continuing that longer exhale today. Remembering that the exhale, each time we exhale, slows the heartbeat down, reduces the levels of stress. So often when we feel stressed, we get the wrong advice. We often get the advice, take a breath, breathe in, which is the wrong breath. When we feel stressed, we need to breathe out. So the first breath should always be an exhale, not an inhale. The exhale slows the heart. The inhale increases the heartbeat. Makes sense, right? The lungs expand, they put pressure as you breathe in on the organs, the heart. And as the lungs exhale, the lungs get smaller, the pressure releases. And because twists are such a profound part of our release of tension, let's come into a deeper twist today. If you have a strap handy, grab a strap. And bring the strap under the right foot. And extending that right leg out in front of you. Pull back on the strap so it gives a nice, delicious stretch to the back of the leg. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can always hold your hamstring with your hands. So the leg's not doing all the work. And with the strap or holding the hamstrings, just twist that leg over in front of you. Bring it over towards the left side of the body. So we can do twists with the limbs. Inhale, bring it back to center. One more turn. Exhale, twist across the midline of the body. Now for a counter twist here, just open that right leg out to the right with the strap or the hamstring. And bring it back to neutral and release. Left leg, strap or hamstring grab. Cross over the midline of the body. Notice the breath. Open out, back to neutral. You can even give it a counter stretch before we twist it once again. Crossing the midline of the body, exhale. Inhale, counter stretch, open up the adductor. And then come back to center and notice the impact on the legs and the hips and the low back here. Bring the arms out. Once again, if you have restriction in the shoulder joint, I'm going to suggest in the left hand you hold the strap. Cross the arms and hug yourself with the left hand arm on top. Try to lock in your elbows if you can. And notice the stretch that brings to the upper back. And notice when we compress the chest, our breathing is affected. So come back to your 2-3 or 3-4 breath, but breathe in through the back of the chest. Imagine the back of the chest is the only area you can breathe in. Now keep the elbows locked. If you have elbow restriction, have the strap and hold the strap with elbows locked. If you can do hand to hand without the strap, that's fine. Breathe in through the back body, the back of the heart. So feeling these twisted arms. And for some of you, I want to see you lean forward with the arms twisted, bringing your arms down towards the ground, stretching out through the back body. To come up, use the strength of the legs. Press through the heel bones to lift you up. So the back doesn't lift you up. The legs exert the force to lift you up. Exhale, gently release those twisted arms and notice the impact. Come back to your 3-4 or 2-3 or 4-3-4 breath. Exhale longer than the inhale. And we're going to do eagle arms on the other side. So once again, you can use the strap in the right hand this time. And the right elbow will come on top as you hug yourself. Breathe through the back body. Even with the chest compressed, use the back body to breathe. Unlock the hands, keep the elbows locked, grabbing strap or hands into your eagle. Breathe through the back body. And when you're ready, gentle fall forwards into your prostration towards the earth. Stretching out through the back body. Feel the heel bones engage. The heel bones are going to push into the earth to lift up the torso. The legs take the weight to lift you up. Gently release. Relax. And notice. Now we're going to bring all the twists together a little bit. So if you don't have a strap, I'm going to recommend you grab like a towel or a t-shirt, something that you can grip hold of. And we'll start with the left knee over the right. So here's our first twist. Left leg over the right. And I want you to grab your strap, your towel, or your t-shirt, and grip the ankle, that upper ankle, left hand, and just pull it back a little bit so you get used to this idea. You're going to put pressure on that limb, bringing it back. Now the hand that's going to put the pressure on it is your left hand behind your back. So you kind of have to find that grip. Left hand grips the strap to hold the tension, and that creates a torso twist. My right hand crosses the midline of the body and holds me in this shoelace variation of chair yoga with that twist. Left shoulder back. Now the head is going to create a dynamic rotation. So as you exhale, turn the head firstly to the left. Inhale the head back to neutral. And then exhale the head to the right. Notice the sensations this brings into your neck. Inhaling neutral. Exhaling right. left. So continue on and try to incorporate your 2-3-4 or 3-4 breath, letting the exhale be a little longer than the inhale. And for some of you who are familiar with twists, you can start to use that right arm to leverage against the knee to deepen the twist as you turn the head to the left. And that'll go deep down into the low back. The next time you come to neutral pause, relax the hand that's gripping the strap. Keep the limbs twisted. And then come into full eagle here, bringing the left elbow on top, right elbow on bottom. For those who can, you can even try to hook your left foot behind your right calf muscle. Breathe through the back body. Never forget the breath. Probably a better way of saying it is always remember the breath. Because we're always going to forget the breath, but we can always remember it as well. That's the good thing about forgetting. You can remember. Exhale, gently release. Uncross the limbs. Notice the impact on your stress level. If there's a natural Mona Lisa smile at this stage, you know you're letting go of those stress hormones. And if it's not natural, you can do it anyway and it will let the hormones go as well. Works either way. All right, we're going to cross the opposite limb. Right knee over left and hook it up. Once again, get used to this idea you're pulling back on that limb. And when that right arm reaches around and grabs it, you got that nice twist going. Introduce that right shoulder, bring it back more. Deep breath in as you exhale, turning the head firstly to the right. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left. And as you turn the head to the right, you can push your left hand against that right leg and deepen the twist. A nice metaphor for the twist is when you grab a sponge and it's full of water and you twist it from the bottom and twist it at the top in opposite directions. It wrings out the water, it dries the sponge out. So in many ways this is exactly what's happening. We're wringing out the tension in the body, we're twisting it, leaving us nice and aerated. The next time you inhale to neutral, relax the strap. Keep the limbs crossed. arms into full eagle, bringing the opposite arm under. Whenever a yoga teacher says the opposite arm, it just simply means they forgot which arm we just did. And then if you can, I can't twist my foot underneath the calf on this side, but some people can. So it gives you a little tighter twist in the lower limbs. And feel your variation of Garudasana, eagle pose. And then exhaling, gently release, uncross. And after all that twisting, we're going to do the split. So extend the legs out nice and wide on the edge of the chair. At first it might feel a little unstable, so you could even grab the chair if you like, to make sure you're not going to slip off. In fact, I'm going to hold the chair because I do feel a little unstable here. I don't want to slip, and I'm going to hold the chair as I lean forward and then come backward. Just getting the splits going here. Make sure your chair is on a stable surface. And you'll notice I'm curling my toes back, very important, so the back of the calf muscles get their stretch too. Next time you inhale and come up, gently bend the knees. And prepare for a guided relaxation. I'm going to recommend if you're sitting on a chair with a back, that you pad it with a cushion so you can lean back a little bit. And if you have another cushion for the feet or blocks, unless you're tall. If you're tall, don't worry about the blocks. If you're medium height or short, it's nice to have the feet up on something. So you want to feel comfortable, even if you're in a, what do they call them, those lazy boys, those chairs that lean back and the little footrest comes out. If you're lucky to have one of those, you can use that. You want to feel supported, relaxed. Let the hands rest on your lap. Notice how your breathing is. And I want you to imagine that if you've ever watched a little baby breathe, has these tiny little nostrils. And young babies can only breathe through the nostrils. I want you to feel the precious air that comes through those tiny nostrils into your lungs, like a precious elixir. Each breath in, filling your lungs with the precious cargo of oxygen, and the oxygen entering the lungs and moving from the lungs into the heart. So the heart fills with oxygen every breath you take. And oxygen is this precious nutrition that every cell in your body right now is calling for. With every breath, every cell in your body, like little chicks in a nest, are calling for that oxygen. So the blood starts to circulate the oxygen around the body. To every cell, every living cell receiving that oxygen. When the blood reaches the cell, there's a transfer that occurs. It transfers the oxygen to the cell, and any waste products that the cell no longer uses or needs is given back to the blood to return to the heart. So there's this amazing system of nourishing each cell with each inhale and releasing the waste, the carbon dioxide with each exhale. To make the delivery more efficient, the yogis discovered the art of humming. Humming, for some reason, generates a very precious gas. Into the bloodstream that helps transfer the oxygen. So each exhale becomes creating a vibration that's felt in the bones, felt in the body. That initiates the release of nitric oxide into the blood. Two more breaths. Let the breathing fall away. Let the natural breath take over. As you extend the arms above the head with a big stretch. Open and close the fists a few times. And if you've got a yawn in there, yawn. Extend the legs, all the limbs extended now. 5-pointed star. And then slowly relax into a final seated position. Bring your hands together at the chest in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.